How was your commute today, Tom?
I left home early and still arrived late. That's what I call advanced traffic logic.
Yes. Moving slowly but feeling emotionally exhausted.
Exactly. I had enough time to listen to music, think about life, and almost change careers.
If transportation teaches us anything, it's patience and a lot of new English vocabulary.
Very true. So today, let's talk about transportation because we're all stuck in it anyway.
Let's do it. Welcome to English Box, Easy English with Julia and Tom, the channel where English becomes a small daily habit that fits real life. Not exams, not pressure, just real conversations. I'm Julia, and I'm really glad you're here today.
And I'm Tom. Today's topic is something we all deal with, sometimes happily, sometimes not so happily.
Yes, today we're talking about transportation, how we get around, how long it takes, and how it makes us feel.
Whether you walk, ride a motorbike, take the bus, drive a car, or sit in traffic thinking about life, this episode is for you.
We'll practice simple, natural English you can use to talk about your daily commute, transportation problems, and your preferences.
And don't worry, we'll speak slowly and clearly, so you can listen and practice along. Feel free to practice along, unless you're driving. In that case, hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. English can wait.
Exactly. Learning English doesn't need extra time. It just needs small moments. But if you're driving, your car needs more attention than our English today.
Before we start, if you enjoy calm, practical English like this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep going.
All right, take a breath, relax your shoulders, and think about how you traveled today. Let's start talking about transportation, one simple sentence at a time. Daily transportation.
So, Julia, let's start simple. How do you usually get to our studio? Do you come by car, motorbike, or do you secretly fly here every morning?
I wish I could fly. I usually drive my car. In most American cities, driving is the most practical option. Practical means it works well in real life.
That makes a lot of sense. Distances here are pretty long. For me, it's a bit different. I usually walk to the studio because I live nearby.
That sounds nice, actually. Walking feels calm and healthy. Is that why you like it?
Exactly. Walking helps me wake up and clear my mind. It's part of my routine. Routine means something you do regularly, every day.
I like that. My routine is very car-focused. How long does it usually take you to walk here?
About 15 minutes. Not too long, not too short. That time feels very efficient. Efficient means you use your time well.
That's great. My commute is longer, around 30 minutes by car. By the way, commute means the time you spend traveling from home to work.
Right. Commutes can really affect your mood. Sometimes traffic is light, and sometimes it's unpredictable, meaning you don't know what will happen.
Very true. Some days feel smooth and some days feel stressful. What kind of transportation do you use most often overall?
For daily life, walking when I can. But for longer distances, I usually ride my motorbike. It saves time.
That sounds balanced. I mostly use my car because it's very convenient. Convenient means easy and comfortable. I can listen to music, control the temperature, and relax a bit.
I get that. On my motorbike, I enjoy the sense of freedom. Freedom means feeling independent and not stuck.
So tell me, do you prefer traveling alone or with other people?
On weekdays, I prefer traveling alone. It helps me think. On weekends, traveling with friends feels more social, more about connection and fun.
Same here. Alone during the week, together on weekends. It's interesting how transportation shows our lifestyle.
Exactly. It's not just about getting from place to place, it's part of our daily life, and a great way to practice simple, real English.
Transportation preferences. So, Tom, let's talk about preferences. What is your favorite way to travel around the city? For me, driving is still my favorite because it feels comfortable. Comfortable means you feel relaxed and at ease.
I understand that. My favorite way is riding my motorbike. It feels fast and flexible. Flexible means I can change my route easily when traffic is bad.
That makes sense. Traffic can really change your mood. What do you dislike most about transportation where you live?
Honestly, I dislike traffic jams the most. A traffic jam is when cars don't move, but your stress level does.
That's very true. I also dislike unpredictable traffic. Unpredictable means you never know what will happen next.
Exactly. One day it's smooth, and the next day it's chaos. Chaos means everything feels out of control.
How about public transportation? Is it convenient where you live? Convenient means easy to use and saves effort.
It's okay, but not perfect. Buses are available, but the schedule isn't very reliable. Reliable means you can trust it to be on time.
I feel the same. Public transportation exists, but it doesn't always fit my routine. Routine means the normal pattern of your daily life.
That's why many people still choose to drive. Driving gives you control, even if traffic takes that control away sometimes.
That's very honest. So tell me, do you like driving or do you prefer being a passenger?
I prefer being a passenger when I'm tired. Being a passenger means you can relax and let someone else focus.
I agree. When I'm a passenger, I can listen to music or just think. But when I drive, I feel more independent. Independent means not needing help from others.
That's a good balance. Transportation comfort is not just physical, it's also mental.
Exactly. How you travel affects how you feel before and after work. That's why transportation is such a relatable topic for English practice.
Yes, everyone has a story about traffic, and everyone has an opinion about what's comfortable and convenient.
Problems and real-life situations. All right, Tom, let's be honest. Do you often get stuck in traffic? Traffic seems to have a special talent for appearing exactly when we're in a hurry.
Yes, very often. Traffic feels like a daily test of patience. Patience means staying calm when things move very slowly.
That's a great definition. Have you ever been late because of transportation?
Many times. Once I left home early and still arrived late. That's what I call a delay, which means something takes longer than planned.
I know that feeling. When that happens, I feel stressed at first, but then I remind myself it's not fully in my control.
Exactly. Stress doesn't make the cars move faster. So, during a long commute, what do you usually do to stay calm?
I usually listen to podcasts or soft music. It helps me stay focused. Focused means my mind doesn't jump to negative thoughts.
That's smart. I often think about my day or plan my tasks. Planning makes the commute feel more productive, meaning the time doesn't feel wasted.
I like that idea. But sometimes transportation is very crowded, especially during rush hour. Crowded spaces can drain your energy. Drain means slowly taking away your strength or good mood.
That's why I try to travel earlier if I can. Small changes sometimes make a big difference.
That's true. Transportation problems are annoying, but they're also very common. Talking about them in English is actually very useful for real life.
Definitely. Everyone understands the pain of traffic. It's a shared experience. Many people experience the same thing.
Yes, traffic connects us all through frustration, but it's nice to know we're not alone.
Exactly. Knowing that makes the journey feel a little shorter.
Transportation in the past. Tom, let's go back in time a little. How did you travel when you were a child? When I was young, my parents drove me everywhere. Walking felt very far back then.
Same for me. As a kid, I mostly walked or rode a bicycle. A bicycle was my freedom and my first vehicle, which means a way to travel.
That sounds fun. I remember sitting in the back seat, bored, asking, "Are we there yet?" Back then, trips felt longer because we didn't have phones or music.
Exactly. Now we have smartphones, GPS, and podcasts like this one. GPS means a system that helps you know where you are and how to get somewhere.
Do you think transportation is better now than in the past? Better doesn't always mean faster, sometimes it just means easier.
I think it's more convenient now. Convenient means saving time and effort. But traffic is also worse, so it's a fair trade.
Yes, we gained comfort and lost patience. What's the biggest change you've noticed in transportation?
Technology, for sure. Apps tell us traffic, time, and even delays. A delay means something happens later than planned, usually when you're already late.
That's very true. When I was younger, we just waited and hoped. Now we complain, but with better information.
Yes. Do you think people travel more today than before? It feels like everyone is always going somewhere.
I think so. Travel is more accessible now. Accessible means easier for more people to use. People move for work, trips, and even coffee.
That's a good point. Transportation has changed our lifestyle. We're more mobile. Mobile means able to move easily.
Even with traffic and stress, it's interesting to see how much has improved. Transportation in the future. Tom, let's talk about the future for a minute. If transportation could magically improve, what would you wish for? I drive every day, and honestly, I just want less traffic and fewer angry drivers.
Same. I ride a motorbike, so my wish is simple. Safer roads and people actually checking their mirrors. That would feel like a miracle.
I'd also love smarter traffic systems. You know, lights that know we're late and turn green just for us.
That would change my life. Future transportation doesn't have to be flying cars, just fewer honks.
What about the environment? Do you think eco-friendly transportation really matters? Eco-friendly means better for the environment, like using less fuel and making less pollution.
I think it's very important. Clean air is nice. I enjoy breathing. Motorbikes already use less fuel, but electric ones would be even cooler and quieter.
True. I'm thinking about an electric or hybrid car someday. Hybrid means using both fuel and electricity.
That sounds very responsible. You're thinking about the planet while sitting in traffic. Respect.
Here's a big question. Would you like to live closer to work? Because driving long distances every day feels like a part-time job.
Absolutely. Riding a motorbike is fun until it's not. Living closer means more time for sleep, food, and life.
Exactly. Less commuting, more living. Commuting means traveling between home and work, usually when you're half awake.
Yes. So, Julia, what does convenient transportation mean to you personally?
For me, it means going where I need, when I need, without stress. No guessing, no panic, no, why did I choose this road?
For me, it's freedom. Fast, affordable, and safe. And I arrive alive. That's important.
Very important. Good transportation doesn't just move people, it improves quality of life.
Quality of life means how comfortable and happy your daily life feels.
So, yes, we don't need flying cars. We just need transportation that makes life easier, not more tiring. That brings us to the end of today's episode. We explored transportation, everyday habits, small frustrations, and how it affects our daily life, all through simple, real-world English.
Remember, speaking well doesn't mean speaking perfectly. When you talk about familiar topics like your daily commute or travel habits, English feels more natural and less stressful.
Try this today. Say 1 or 2 sentences about how you usually travel. You can say it out loud or write it in the comments. Small practice really adds up.
If you enjoy learning English through relaxed, natural conversations, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue creating lessons for busy learners like you.
And don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell us, what is your most convenient way to travel and why? For example, driving is convenient for me because I can control my time and music.
Keep it simple. One honest sentence is more than enough.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Be patient with yourself, trust your progress, and keep practicing, one real sentence at a time. We'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.